Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is really strange. Amy draws badly. The goal of this channel is not to necessarily become better at drawing, although it might happen. My point is really, I used to love drawing when I was a kid, and then you get older and you realize you aren't that good at drawing, or your drawing is never going to make you a living, and you just stop. And it's that idea that there has to be a purpose to everything you do in life. It has to be making money or serving some kind of greater good, or if it's not doing any of those things, then you shouldn't be doing it, basically. And it feels like life then becomes kind of like a chore. And then I want to do something that's creative, and instead I feel like I have to get good at it. It's not enough just to want to do something for the sake of it because it makes you happy. Because what's the point of that, right? If you can't be good at something, don't do it at all. But what if you don't have to be good at drawing? What if just the silliness of it, the pleasure of it, is enough? And it can be bad, and that's fine. Why not make a bad looking crow? This was going to be a crow, but for some reason I chose purple, which isn't really a very good crow color. But anyway, start with what you have, and I'm hoping that perhaps if you like to draw and you stopped drawing, that my terrible drawings might convince you to start again and to give yourself a little fun in life, a little pleasure. So I'm going to draw, or try to draw, a fox. I am in the process of writing a book, and there are going to be lots of urban creatures who live in London, and foxes certainly fit that bill. And they're going to sort of follow my main character around. Does this look like a fox? I'm not sure. I would reckon that head's really much too big, isn't it? That's more of a fox size head. We'll forget about that bit over there. And I like foxes. I love seeing them scurrying about. And so anyway, so this book that I'm writing needs to have a book cover. And everybody says you can't do your own book cover because it will look rubbish, it will look bad, no one will buy your book because your cover looks rubbish. And that's quite possibly true. I feel like it should have some kind of shagginess around here. But I really want to do my own book cover. And I really want I love books that have illustrations in them, not like huge, like glossy plates, but sort of those nice little doodles on the sides, in the margins, or at the top, or at the head of each chapter, stuff like that. And I really want to do them myself because I've spent a long time writing this book and creating this world, which is set in London in 1910 and is kind of magic-y and occulty and filled with all these little creatures that I used to draw over and over again when I was a kid. Well, not always, because I used to quite like drawing giraffes as well, and there weren't many giraffes in London, but I'd like to try. But as per the name of this channel, I'm not really an excellent drawer. Not anymore. I think I was all right when I was a kid, but obviously not all right enough to where anyone ever told me I should be an artist. No, definitely not that kind of all right. His ears look a little like a Christmas tree. But in any case, this channel's going to keep me honest because I'm going to keep practicing until I'm ready to publish my book, and I think we'll see where my drawings are up to then. And this guy's in London, so there should be a lamppost. I'm not sure what colour this is. I've basically just gathered grey, that will work, leftover pencils from my children's old sort of crafty supplies, and I'm going for it. And this little guy is sitting under a lamppost on a London street maybe, and it's probably rained, and we'll have some sort of curly cues at the bottom. They sort of have those, don't they? Maybe an old-fashioned, let me move this down a little bit, old-fashioned lantern type shape. They have little hats on them, don't they? Here we go. Probably have a few sort of wrought iron lines, and that yellow wasn't very yellow. Is I don't have any fancy equipment, as you can see. I found this old butcher's block paper in the garage, and I'm going for it. Where was that grey? Here we go. Let's colour that in a bit more. I did think about just learning how to draw better by watching YouTubes and practice. But then it feels like just another thing that I'm supposed to do after I finished work, and that it has to be good, and if it's not going to look like the thing that the good drawer drew or the proper artist drew, then there's no point doing it. And it just sounds like another stick to sort of beat yourself with, and I'm not really into doing that anymore. Okay, so that there's a distinct lack of perspective, but there is my rather enormous fox with a lamppost. Rather badly drawn. So you see, you can definitely do better. I hope you have a good day.